we had 4 real string players in this one. So one violin 1 and one violin 2, so actually 2 violin players, 1 viola and 1 cello. Unless you're going for that very, very intimate feel like a real quartet, if you want a bigger ensemble, I'd highly recommend recording it at least 3 times. Back when I was, studying music production, the professor at the time actually mentioned that, you can record something 1 time, it's great, or 3 times, so it has more of an ensemble feel. If you record something just 2 times, it can sound phasey. So if you do want to have a group feel, I highly recommend recording it 3 times instead of 2. So one approach you can do is have the players sit in their normal positions and just play once, and then tell them to shift the position a little bit. So maybe they lean a little bit to the left for the second take and lean a little bit to the right on the third take. That works too. Or if you have 2 violin players, you can switch them up, normal position for the first take, lean a certain way in the second take, and then have the 2 violin players switch chairs on the third take. So you get a different blend, and it can give you a more organic sound. But it depends on your situation. So if they have all the headphones on and everything all set up and don't want to change seats, or it's just too much of a hassle, then you just have them stay in the same seat. Now for each, when you record strings, actually the sessions get quite big. So now let me take off some of these groups here. So organization is definitely key. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there are 6 mics for each take. So for each strings, there is a closed mic for each of them. So violin 1, a close mic for violin 1, 2, viola, and cello. And then the OH is the overhead mics. Now, one thing you would notice is that, here, let me open these up. Now, you notice that we have 3 takes for the whole thing, but then down here we have these extra takes. And that has to do with the weight of the string parts. Now, if you have ever seen an orchestral concert, you notice that there are a lot more violin players than let's say cello players or double bass players. And that's because you need more players, more instruments to generate the equivalent energy for you to have a nice blend for a strings part. Now, you can of course always hire more players, but as you know, more players means a bigger budget, and you don't always have that. So one way to solve it is after all the players recorded the 3 takes, well, we of course recorded more than 3 takes. Once we have 3 takes that we liked and we confirm that it's good, we will ask the viola and cello player to, go into the control room, and we only recorded the strings players. So here, we recorded the strings players playing the same thing. Especially if you listen to this interlude, it's actually a very airy part compared to this part, which has more of the lower registers. Right. So we want that airy quality, but we also need it to have enough weight. So we added this extra take for that. And then for the very, very end, we also did another extra take for the violin players here. So there's another extra one down here. Okay. Yeah, okay. So as you notice that there's that airy feel, but then there's a big of an ensemble to create that, equivalent weight in order for the song to carry through.